Okay, I think I'm going to tackle this painting today. It's always scary. It really is always scary when you kind of like something, you think, oh God, I got to mess this up. What if I mess it up? And you know what? It'll be something else. So I have to have confidence in that. I did, the other day, somebody was talking, I was watching a reel or a video, I think it was somebody with collage, but I was actually, they were talking about mica powders, which I have a whole bunch of. I thought I had gotten rid of them because I did them when I was doing polymer clay stuff. Oh, I know what it was. It's the Hobby Hose. Check out Hobby Hose, H-O-E. Or I think that's how she spells it, but it's, you know what it really means. It's all about those of us who can't decide on one hobby or craft or art thing to do. That is so me. Oh my God. I have started with, well, way back in the day, I did macrame, and then I played with dried flowers and made these little picture things that were nothing. And then I had kids, and all my creativity was focused in being a creative parent. And then I fast forward to 2006. I started doing mosaics, stained glass mosaics, and did that for several years. In the course of that, I did polymer clay, I did alcohol ink, acrylic flow painting, and now I'm doing acrylic painting, I'm doing collage, I'm doing watercolor, what else? I know I'm forgetting something. Pretty much anything creative, I've probably done it. So, yeah. So when they mentioned mica, so anyway, sorry, I'm all over the place. This isn't really what I planned to talk about, but since I'm here, there's a Facebook page. I think she started on TikTok, and I think it's called Hobby Hose, HOBBIEHOS or HOES, one or the other. And the girl's really funny, and she's nailed it on, people who can't decide on one thing. And so they just do everything, and they have, we buy art supplies and then do nothing with them, which I'm guilty of that too. I have, and jelly plate. That's the other thing I just started doing. I bought 2 jelly plates, and I've done a little bit, and it's like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I really do this now. So I was doing that at the same time I was starting watercolor. It was like all of a sudden I got this burst of, I gotta be creative. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So anyway, back to the mica powders. So when I was doing the polymer clay, I bought a bunch of these mica powders. I have them in all kinds of colors. I mean, I have a ton of them, and they're beautiful. I love them. I'm going to show you something that I made that I really love. It's probably a little dusty. It's been sitting around here, but this is a little journal cover that I made. It's just a piece of polymer clay that I did stuff to, and then I put the mica powders across the top, and then I made these little things and put them on. I love this. One of my leaves broke, but other than that, it's wonderful. I've never used it. I just look at it. But yeah, this was really fun. But the thing is, it's a lot of work. Not that not that I don't like doing that. It was just, you have to bake it in a toaster oven, and there's a lot of trial and error, and this one just fortunately turned out, and I love it. So I will never get rid of that. That's my one really good polymer clay success. I did do some little characters. I made a little version of me and a little version of my late husband, and put magnets on them. So they're on my refrigerator. So that's about the extent of my polymer clay. I had a ton of it. Of course, I bought every color ever known to man. Oh, this will be good. And did hardly anything with them. I did make some ornaments for my tree that I don't think I have them anymore. They weren't that good. So anyway, that's that. So check out Hobby Hose. If you're into doing every hobby known to man, check it out. Anyway, back to this painting. So what I did is I just painted on, well, used a brush. I don't know if it's going to show up. I put a little bit of the salmon colored mica powder on there just to see what it would do. Yesterday, I used my finger and I put some gold on there, and it's interference gold, and it looks like it worked. So we'll see if it even shows up after I paint. So I'm going to go get my apron on. I've been playing with collage, and so I made this. I don't know, it's kind of stupid. It really needs, I should have probably made this, cut this off and moved these guys down. I'm not sure, but I thought it was kind of fun. Little kids putting out the fire. This is lava. And these guys are, I found those guys and I thought those would be fun to put on there. These kids are just, I wonder what's going on. Anyway, it's just a dumb thing that I did. It's my very first real collage of that nature, and I still have a long way to go to figure out how to do that properly, but it was kind of fun. It is, I find it's a little bit tedious. Or, you know, it's you have to be in the right frame of mind where you're looking for it, you know, where you have to just be in an intuitive mode where you're just sifting through papers and this looks good, and this, you know, then a scene starts to develop. I have a couple other ones, but I got irritated, so I stopped. What a surprise. Okay, what am I going to do with this painting? I'm so scared. When I looked at this the other day, I see a couple of different things that I could try to make, although I'm not really good at that. But first I saw like a dragon, but you know what? I'm seeing like a koi fish right here. There's his tail, and there's maybe some fins. I don't know. I think I might play with that idea, but I'm not really sure how to do it. I think I'm just going to outline it and see if I can see it. So let me get some paint on my palette. All right, I got to get some paint on my palette. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera down and cross your fingers that it works out. Okay, there, see it. All right, I think what I'm going to do is trace around and draw around this. I think I'll do it first with the smaller brush. I think I want to get the brush a little bit wet so that it flows better. Don't stick it in my coffee. All right, let's see what happens. Ugh, it's scary. All right, we're just going to do it. Shouldn't have done that. I don't know what that's going to be. Okay, well, there it is. I don't normally like to do something like this, but it just kind of came out. I don't know. Not really sure what this would be. I'm going to just let that be whatever it is. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm going to do with the black. I don't want to overdo it like I'm doing right now. Okay, there we go. Now my water's tainted. All right, well, now what do I do? This is the problem that I always have. I need some different colors. I do have a little bit still of, should put this a little bit more wet. I don't really even like this color that much, but whatever. There's just a tiny, tiny bit of this on my palette still, so I thought I would just, maybe I'll have to add some more collage pieces. just painted over the mica powders. Maybe I should put mica powder on the fish. That would maybe be cool. Okay, let's just put this here. See what happens. This is always the way. Experiment away. I kind of get some of these ideas from my watercolor practice. I've learned to paint a little bit better, you know, just be more confident in my ability to paint something that looks like something, because, you know, I've just learned a little bit. Oops. Okay, well, I'm not loving that, but it's, I just need a little bit more of this paint. I just don't want to put any more of it out there. Just kind of want to make it stand out a little bit there. Okay, I don't know that it's going to stay that color, but there we go. Yeah. This was magenta, quinacridone magenta mixed with some yellow ochre, which is kind of makes this salmon-y color, I guess. Kind of a weird color. Okay, well, there we go for now. I think I'm going to quit this for now and work on something else, because I feel like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna mess it up. So there it is. So far, I'm thinking that could maybe be, you know what? Just had a thought. Oh, scary. It's a scary thing. I think I know what I'm going to do here. This is going to come around like this. That's going to be its tail. Yeah, man. Okay, I don't want to overdo it. Maybe I do. Okay, there. That's his tail. Her tail. I think it's going to be a girl. Anyway, there we go. There's the beginning. Decided I would make that part of its tail. Why not? You know, it's, who knows what it's going to end up being. Okay, now here's this little mess that I worked on the other day with these same colors. Well, sort of. This really needs a lot of work, and I need some different colors on here. Let's put this blue here. I really like that yellow that I did there. I don't know what I'm doing. It's kind of a pretty blue. I put a tiny bit of yellow that's on my palette on here. I don't know. I just mixed it in a little bit of white. Thing is, I'm avoiding that because it's going to cover it up. I don't want to cover my collage pieces, really. Let's just make this the border color. I can cover it a little. I mean, I can wipe some of it back, but it's not, I don't really like this at all. But we'll see here in a minute. When I take a paper towel and rip it in half. kind of wipe off some of it. I kind of like some of that. I liked those little lines. So we'll just, that didn't really work the way I wanted, but it makes, you know, it makes another layer. Which isn't terrible. I can put a little bit over that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, some days you just do stuff and it just, bleh, nothing works right. It's an interesting color. Kind of, it's transparent, so I can paint over this. And I think I'm gonna put some more collage pieces on here. Not loving this really at all. This was my experimental piece. Well, they all are. What am I saying? All of my pieces are experimental. When you don't have a clue what you're going to do, they're pretty much an experiment. Okay, let's do just some yellow. I like the yellow. Oh, I like that electric yellow. I kind of like that. I kind of like the yellow. Yeah, so yesterday I sat in here and did a puzzle, 550 piece puzzle all by myself, which is how I usually do them. And I had such a nice day just doing my thing, you know. Felt good. I've been itching to do a puzzle. I love jigsaw puzzles. I've always been a jigsaw puzzle freak. Now I'm gonna do this. Not wiping it off. Just gonna blot it. Some of those colors come up. It's not that great. Yeah, I'm a jigsaw puzzle freak. I love them. I bought this the other day. Of course, you know, I have to keep buying stupid stuff. They're for washing dishes, but I thought this would make a cool little brush to brush stuff with. And, you know, to dip in paint and do stuff with. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do anything on here because it's not wet enough. But, so I don't know if you can see, but when you spray drops of water and then blot it, it takes off that top layer and it leaves some kind of cool marks. I have to do something different with this. I'm not sure what. So I'm going to stop this for now and I will be back. So I will talk to you later.